everybody. I'm David with Bolivar Live, and you know, we've been doing storm coverage since last Sunday. It's Saturday morning. I'm here with Gina Spagnolia, the president, the ramrod of the Galveston Regional Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to talk a little bit about what you've done over the last week for us, but what you're also doing for your members. And so, you know, the storm hit at 4 o'clock Monday morning, closer to y'all than us. In fact, the west end of Galveston has some tremendous, I talked to Terry Wilson, damage down there. We had power poles, but people didn't jump start as quick as we thought. And I contacted Keith. Keith contacted you. In fact, Keith's on the board of the Galveston Regional.
Yes.
And you started the phone calls and emails to Brandon Creighton, I believe. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I talked to Terry Wilson. Keith was taking care of talking to you, Brandon Creighton. In fact, I think Mays was out of the country and he was even involved.
Well, we got the call from Bolivar. And first of all, before we start, and I know you want to get into this, but I want to take a minute to thank you. I want to thank you. I know you didn't want. I know you're not asking for it, but thank you for getting the word out. Thank you for being there. I know you personally as a friend, and I know you, like me, don't sleep because you love this place and you love our region, and I appreciate it. And I hope everyone, and I'm sure they do if you're watching and listening, this man is as good as it gets, and we are so happy to be over here and to help you. But what I found and what you know and what you're doing is the most important thing that all of us could do, and that is to work together as a region.
Right.
We have to. You cannot compartmentalize. We're Galveston, you're Bolivar. We are neighbors and we are a region, and the quicker our region can get back up and going, the better.
It's good for the business.
It's good for, because guess what? If we are out there saying we are closed for business, we're not wanting. We're going to get it. We're going to dive deep into that and what that does. But back to your problem, when you had called and there was that barrier that was prohibiting the gas trucks and the thing, a concrete barrier, got a call from Keith Sahar and he said, "Can you help?" Within a couple of minutes, I was able, because we have wonderful relationships with our legislators. They pick up the phone. They're going to read that text immediately. I said, SOS, our friends in Bolivar need your help. There's a barrier. We can't get ice. We can't get supplies that are needed. Within the day, the barrier was gone. That's because that afternoon,
the county was pushing.
They were pushing. TxDOT was called. Our Senator Brandon Creighton, our representative, Senator Mays Middleton, they all responded. We're on it. So when you get our legislative, 2 senators and our reps, Dr. Greg Bonin was one of the ones, our state rep, to respond. When you get them on something, they're going to make it happen. And the thing is, it's because of relationships. It's because of those relationships that we have built, we as a region, with them, and they're doing an incredible job.
And it's like when I came over to you 3 months ago and said, hey, we're going to expand and start a Galveston Regional Chamber.
Yes.
Everyone, even the businesses, when I went in, because I didn't know anyone over there really other than the chamber or had worked with anyone.
Yeah.
It was funny when one evening I was talking to Keith and he said, David, who'd you talk to today? Well, I met this person and I ran in and met this person. He said, do you realize who you were meeting over there? And they jumped on board. That's great. And I said, yeah, I got Gina. We're going to do an interview and kick the whole thing off from that probably in August now.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest thing, and it's the size and the age. And I don't mean that bad for the chamber.
Right.
But you're one out of what, 100?
It's about, very few, 70-something in the state of Texas, and about 100 and something, I believe, 237
in
maybe
the
in the nation.
Yeah.
That has a 5-star accreditation, our chamber. I've been at our chamber for 21 years. We were not accredited when I stepped into that. An accreditation with the U.S. Chamber is a big deal. And just starting the process, and immediately what we did is chambers have a responsibility, especially now more than ever. Ours we're the oldest in Texas, as you know, established by the Republic of Texas on February 3rd in 1845. So next year we'll be celebrating our 180th anniversary. Why that is important, I think, and why I take it so seriously, David, is when it was established, we had one mission: to promote and advocate for business. That mission has never changed in 179 years. Maybe the way that the chamber, in and out with a couple of people that were in there were some years that it became, we're going to cut some ribbons, we're going to have some mixers. That doesn't fly anymore. That is not how a relevant chamber exists. These chambers that are not promoting and advocating. The thing about a storm too, the thing about COVID, you and I have had this conversation. We didn't take a break. Didn't go up. We didn't take a break. We are more important now, today, during COVID. Our chamber never stopped. As a matter of fact, people were sending me texts saying, that's not great leadership that you're out on the street promoting businesses and stuff. Look, we made 400 and something videos. I don't know how many you did. I was out on the streets, very safe, putting together we did an online mall to think about how are we going to sell the products, how are we going to sell the drugs. So we created them all online. We went out every single day. I got up at 5 o'clock, which I do every day. You do too. We're early birds. Got up every day, put the makeup on, got dressed, and went to work. And so that's what we're doing today. That's what we've done since during that storm. If people are texting, because y'all, you all know this if you're watching, there is a very delicate thing about a storm. And this one was not a Nike. It's bad. Thank you, God. But it was bad. You know, there's still power on our West End. It's bad on the West End. But businesses are open. We are open for businesses, and there's a magical, very good way to still bring businesses into a community during a storm. You guys all need to shop local. Wherever you are, get off Amazon, get off all of that. Go to the retail stores, go to the grocery markets and do it, because the businesses are the lifeblood.
Right.
They're the lifeblood of our community. I just had a conversation with someone. If a retailer or the big store or whatever, if they're suffering and people aren't shopping there and people are staying away,
then they can't give back.
He's got to make a decision. He's going to have to let go 20 people, or a retailer may have to let go 2 people. Those people then aren't getting paid. Those people then can't pay their bills. Those people then are in a nonprofit that now it's horrific. So there's a delicate way to respect the community and to get back. Our chambers put a resource page together.
I saw that.
It's a resource page. So what that does and what you can help people do is, we're all overwhelmed. Businesses are overwhelmed. People are on the edge. They're stressed. They're hot. So what we've been taught to do as 5-star accredited chambers, and I serve on the disaster team, the 9/11 team for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. We help people from all over, really, the world. I went to Japan after tsunamis. Is we've collaborated and produced a piece, and it's from people like us that have experienced disasters. You can tell your story about what worked in a disaster. They're all different. What worked in the disaster, what didn't work. So we all send information, and that's our manual. And so that's what we're going off of this one-stop shop resource guide. What we found after Ike is everyone's paralyzed. We're fearful. We can't move, and that paralyzes us. So a chamber's responsibility is to be walking the streets and talking to the businesses and the community as well about what do you need, identifying what they need and connecting them, but having one place where they can go in and find all the information that they need.
I had people, business owners down here that weren't members of Team Bolivar.
Yes.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
But they called me and they had questions, or they were texting me, and I texted them back just like I went
That's
through
right.
and tried to call if I didn't see one of the business
That's right.
owners, I tried to call them and say, hey, just checking in to see what's
Yeah.
going on, you know.
Absolutely.
And so and then I run into a lot of them on the street. But, you know, whether you're a member of the regional chamber, you're a member of
Yes.
Team Bolivar, if you need help,
We want to
we're
help
here.
you. Yes.
We were here through it. We didn't go anywhere. Gina was in Galveston taking care of
stayed in the house.
Galveston. Yeah, I was in Bolivar at one
Yes.
point Monday morning about 7. I was thinking, man, did I make the right
I
choice
know.
driving down the
I
road?
was thinking that in my house.
But we
was
got the
going like
word.
this.
We got the word out.
We did.
and we were able, working with Energy, working with TxDOT, working
Yes.
with the phone calls to the regional chamber, with
Yes.
Keith and that.
To our businesses.
It benefited everyone because
does.
once the road's open, then they can get to Galveston.
Yeah.
Whether it going to UTMB Hospital or Galveston for vacation, and they
Yeah.
could get to Bolivar. And so.
And that's what you're doing, and that's what our resource page at the galvestonchamber.com does, is just direct people to galvestonchamber.com, direct them to him. We'll find the answers. Yesterday, we had Good Morning Galveston. We had about 125 people there. We had our mayor and we had council. One of the things we did, it's 125. We have over 1,000 members and 2,800 people associated with those members. But I had them stand up and, you know, introduce yourself and say, I need this and I can provide this. So now we have this beautiful page that says, I need some media to market my business. David could say, I'm media. Let me market
Right.
your bit, which is what he's doing. So we found after it connects people. One person said, I need somebody to come and take this tree out of my front yard. I am single. I
Right.
don't have power tools. One of the guys stood up, said his name, said what he needed, and he said, I have power tools and your tree will be gone
Right.
in a couple of hours as soon as we get out of here. So, you know, it's the time that we help, and like you said, of course we serve our members. One of the greatest stories I have after Ike, when we were demolished over there, and y'all were worse. I can't even, when that image is still in my mind, and I came over here and helped, and
Yep.
we gave free, they weren't even businesses, and we're like, free
Anything you
membership
need.
for a year, anything we need. But Katie's Seafood, because we couldn't get on for for a month, and I was going through, finally when we got mail, and I got a membership. I remember back then it was like $325, and Buddy at Katie's had written his membership check with a note that said, thank you for the work that you're doing. We are needing you more than ever, and once again, you've paid his membership. Didn't even have business.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten it. It makes me really emotional, but that's when people say, well, what is a chamber doing or whatever, we should be able to say we are helping rebuild our community, our people in that community, and our
Right.
businesses, which are the lifeblood of the community. We should be providing resources, walking the streets, identifying the needs, helping our nonprofits,
Right.
feeding, sheltering. Just because we're business doesn't mean we're not out there serving food,
Right.
doing so. There's people in the Walmart parking lot over in Galveston now. I think Good Morning Galveston, Good Morning America, maybe they're just
Over
serving
there,
people.
yeah.
They don't have electricity. They're serving people. They're just helping. But I'm honored every single day, literally, y'all. I just get up and I thank God. I know you do, to have the opportunity to do what we do. To
I love it.
To help. We love it. We love it to help. I don't love hurricanes, but I love the ability to go out and to help people. I would urge you, if you're frustrated, if you're just mad, you're hot, you guys stop the negativity. The negativity for Bolivar, the negativity for Galveston, for our region. People will choose another region.
Yeah.
And you think, we don't want any more tourists. Yeah, you do. You want tourists.
Because if you don't have tourists,
tourists,
that's what Galveston
You
and
want
Bolivar lives on.
you want the visitors.
I did a beach report yesterday, or a beach
Yes.
show yesterday. And
I thought that's where we might be today, but now we have air conditioning.
Someone said, why are you promoting the beach? We don't have power yet. Well, it's to let people know we have a beach.
That's
because
right.
this weekend they may not have power, and they say, let's get out of the house. We have power down here now. In fact,
Yes.
as of right now, I think Port Bolivar is the only main area that doesn't have power, and there's some streets and houses here and there. But Brad and I talked last night from Stingery, talking about, okay, we just lost 1 week of July, which is the busiest month. Out of 13 weeks,
yes,
1 week's gone, which is thousands and thousands of dollars for area businesses.
Yes.
That's why we set up the mobile tourism center yesterday in case someone had a question.
Love that. Yeah.
They could come by, and I had people stop me on the side. When I was on the side of the road, they'd stop with a question.
Yeah.
And that's how, you help the community and the businesses.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to be open, and yeah, there may be some houses drying out or some businesses not fully staffed, but we're open.
We're open. And pack your patience. Don't be mean
Yeah.
to people when you go into a restaurant. They're struggling. You guys, pack your patience and know and try to understand that
That's a
person
t-shirt.
might have. Pack your patience.
That's a t-shirt.
Hey, I did that. Well, I'll share it. Hashtag
Yeah.
pack your patience and be kind. You don't know on any day, not just in a hurricane, what that person had to go through just to be at that restaurant to serve you, or
And
to be
sleeping
in
without air
whatever,
conditioner.
or what their kids have gone through. Go in, support your local businesses. Be kind. I have seen. I think, people say, oh, these tragedies and storms bring out the best of people. They do, but they also bring out the worst in people.
Mm-hmm.
And just consider what these people might have been going through, but go out, eat out, shop. One of the things you talked about beaches, I think it's so interesting. Y'all know too, people don't read. They don't read. They see a couple of words, and that goes
picture.
all over social media. So for instance, in Galveston, out west, where it took their 80 poles down, they're still recovering and things. The access points have been closed on the west end. People are posting all this stuff. What people see are all the beaches are closed in Galveston. They are not. They're not closed. And guess what? Even if we're still recovering on the west end, there are people in Houston, the Woodland, all those people, they're stressed out too. They've lost their community. They need the beach. They need to come to Bolivar. They need to walk in Galveston and breathe some salt air and have their kids running around and enjoy. You talk about
free.
mental health. That's what we suffered in COVID, shutting the beaches. That's the best medicine.
And we were packed over here. COVID was like a blessing for us. We had 2 years of July 4th weekend.
Yes.
Literally.
But it's great. And visitors and tourists, if you're going to come, just, be prepared that there could be some people still rebuilding or whatever, and call ahead of time. We've got that list on our chamber website of restaurants that are open. I'm sure y'all have running lists, but call and check and stuff. But the beaches are the best medicine.
Yep.
It's the best medicine to go out there and have what we have every day. So.
Well, Gina's over here today. We're actually going to run this. It's Friday morning. In fact, power started coming on this morning I think Highland got it about 6 or 7 last night, and then they started rolling down. As of right now, Port Bolivar is the only thing that doesn't have it, but I look for it to be on hopefully by noon. And so Bolivar, you'll see this at 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Bolivar is open. Our beach is open. Gina's going to drive around today and see some of the area businesses, whether they are a member of the regional chamber, whether they're part of Team Bolivar. If you need help, Gina's over here today, and you can contact us and we can get you in contact with her if you have a question or something about the Galveston Regional Chamber, because let me tell you, with the age of their chamber, the way they've worked throughout the state and through the disasters and what they do for their members and communities is unbelievable. Like I said, Keith picked up the phone, called Gina. She got on the phone and the ball was rolling not even 10 hours into the storm, So, Gina, thanks for coming over here today. The website that people can go to for your...
GalvestonChamber.com, and it'll pop right up and you'll see that resource page. You can also, I'm at G Spagnola at GalvestonChamber.com, GSPAGNOLA at GalvestonChamber.com. Shoot me an email. You know how to get a hold of David. You know how to get a hold of Keith Sahar. He's our chair-elect in 2025, so we're super excited. And again, before we leave, I know you share this, You know, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, I'm going to tell you right now, our representatives, as they do always, are working for all of you. They want us up and going and working. And like I said, we sent one quick text and every one of them responded. And within a few hours, a major issue was handled. And so we care about you guys. Thank you, David, for everything you do. Please reach out to us. Be kind. Go out, get off of Amazon and all that stuff coming from China, and go visit your local businesses, whatever it is. Get your hair done. Do all your, you're pretty much all open. Yeah, go to the big store, because if they don't have it,
chances are you really don't need it.
There you go.
Well, we're going to head on out. We're also working with the Galveston Regional Chamber on Galveston Live. That we're
excited about
We're going to launch that probably the middle to the end of August. Storms and timing have put us back, but we've already got some great. In fact, the kickoff show is with Gina in her office. We're talking about the Galveston Regional Chamber and some of the history. So we're going to head on out. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. We are open. God bless and bye-bye. The Big Store, located at 2385 Highway 87 in Crystal Beach, Texas, on Bolivar Peninsula. If you're on Bolivar Peninsula and you need anything, stop by the Big Store, where you'll be greeted by a staff of smiling faces and a staff that's eager to help you find what you're looking for. The Big Store is a fully stocked grocery store with fresh fruits and vegetables, meat department with hand-cut steaks, canned goods, dairy products, frozen foods, and beer and wine. The Big Store is also home to a gift shop, camping and fishing supplies, RV supplies, tools and hardware, and home goods, all under one roof. The Bolivar Peninsula Superstore, like they say, if the Big Store doesn't have it, chances are you really don't need it. For more information on the Big Store and their weekly sales ad, please visit www.thebigstore.us.